Madayao, Davao, Mindanao, and to the whole world. I'm your newscaster for today, Merasol Sibayan Kacher. And before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for the latest update here on the Pinoy Rap YouTube channel. For the headlines, weather forecasts, easterlies affecting the rest of the country, local news, north-south ends of one bypass tunnel connected, Kaap Davao, no tanim bala at DIA. Davao Bridge over 12% complete. Barangay 19B claims political interference hindered barangay hall funds. National news. Benitez orders the RMO to fast-track aid to Canlaon affected LGUs. Army recovers remains of former rebel in Antique after tip from surrenderer. International news. Trump's showdown with China depends with huge stakes for the economy. Meta losses in antitrust case, it could be forced to break itself up by selling Instagram and WhatsApp. Entertainment news. Minecraft was a hit. Here are 7 other video game adaptations to get excited about. Lady Gaga's Gothic Garden Party. Sports news. NBA's playoff picture set after thrilling end to regular season. 2 fans die in Chile before a Copa Libertadores match between Colo-Colo and Fortaleza. Trivia. Don't you know that the first ASEAN crowd beauty queen is in the Philippines? Weather forecast. Easterlies affecting the rest of the country. Davao City is experiencing mostly cloudy skies with temperatures around 27 degrees Celsius. The forecast indicates very warm and humid condition with occasional rain and thunderstorm expected in the afternoon. Residents are advised to remain vigilant for possible flash floods or landslides during severe thunderstorms. Winds are light to moderate from the east to northeast, and coastal waters are expected to be slight to moderate. The public is encouraged to stay updated from official Pag-asa channels for any weather advisories. Local news. north-south ends of one bypass tunnel connected. The Department of Public Works and Highways reported that one of the tunnels of the Davao City bypass construction project has finally been connected. Emil Kisadaen, Senior Undersecretary of the DPWH, said on April 11, 2025 that the north and south portal ends of the northbound tunnel have been successfully connected. He added that the excavation works for remaining 202 meters of the southbound tunnel are already 91% complete. Sadain said the Rood Mountain Tunnel under contract package 1-1, which spans 10.7 kilometers, is now 58.7% complete. It is being constructed by the Shimizu Olticon Takenaka joint venture. The locally funded portion of the bypass road under CP 2-1 and CP 2-2 are now 72.83% and 63.89% complete respectively. CP 2-1, which spans 2.54 kilometer and is valued at 4.33 billion pesos, features a 1.3 kilometer 4-lane road and 7 bridges. Its completion is targeted for the first quarter of 2026. Meanwhile, CP2-2, a 3.52 kilometer road section worth 4.6 billion pesos is slated for completion in the third quarter of 2026. Kaap Davao, no tanimbala at DIA. The Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, CAAP, said that there is no tanimbala case at the Davao International Airport, DIA, after a human resource manager was arrested in Mactan Cebu International Airport, MCIA, in Lapu-Lapu City after 4 bullets were found inside her hand-carry baggage. Engineer Rix Obsena, CAAP area manager, said that in response to tanimbala incidents elsewhere, their office has strengthened both initial and final security checkpoints at airport. Obsena added that they have ensured some of their CCTVs are directed toward the X-ray machines to uphold the integrity of security screening protocols. So far, we don't have these types of incidents involving tanimbala, he said in Cebuano during a radio interview on Davao City Disaster Radio, DCDR, on April 10, 2025. He said it is unfortunate that such incidents have been happening, but he assured that the Department of Transportation, DOTR, is responding to these incidents promptly. Earlier, a human resources manager was arrested at Mactan Cebu International Airport, MCIA, in Lapu-Lapu City after 4 bullets were found in her hand-carry baggage during security screening. The Absam Bridge over 12% complete. The Department of Public Works and Highways, DPWH, reported that the Samal Island Davao City Connectors East IDC project has achieved more 12% physical accomplishment and is expected to be completed in 2028. DPWH Senior Undersecretary Emil K. Sadain said in an inspection report to DPWH Secretary Manuel M. Bunuan that the construction efforts for the 4.76 kilometer SIDC are focused on its foundation and substructure. He stressed that the office is implementing strict control measures for the structural integrity and safety of the bridge, in line with President Marcos' directive to accelerate critical infrastructure. DPWH is pushing forward with the SIDC to ensure timely and transparent delivery while staying within budget, he said on April 11, 2025. Barangay 19B claims political interference hindered barangay hall funds. Barangay 19B in Davao City has been without a permanent barangay hall for several years already, despite multiple promises of funding from both the Duterte and Marcos Jr. administration. Barangay Captain Loreto G. Nicolas, and Barangay Administrator Benito Veray revealed this in a special meeting with local reporters on April 11, 2025. Nicolas, who has served the barangay for 10 years, first sought help from the national government in 2018 during the Duterte administration. We also asked assistance from the City Hall, but they had stringent requirements, he recalled. In the same year, the barangay submitted a funding request of 20 million pesos for the construction of a new 4-story barangay hall. The budget proposal was later raised for 40 million pesos when Nicolas personally brought the matter to Malacanang when former President Rodrigo Rua Duterte, FPRRD, settled in as president. National news. Benitez orders DRRMO to fast-track aid to Canlaon-affected LGUs. Bacolod City Mayor Alfredo Abelardo Benitez has ordered the Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, DRRMO, to fast-track the assistance to local government units, LGUs, affected by Mount Canlaon's eruption. Benitez said that he already tasked Dr. Ana Maria Learni Pornan, DRRMO head, to coordinate the officials of the provincial government to determine the immediate assistance to the affected families. If needed, he said the city is also willing to provide cost assistance to the affected LGUs. He added that for now, the affected residents really need more water and food supplies. Mount Canlaon, a stratovolcano in Negros Island, erupted anew on Tuesday, April 8, 2025, spewing an ash plume 4,000 meters high. Thin ashfall has been reported in some barangays in La Carlota City, including barangays Roberto Salas Benedicto, La Granja, Nagasi, Yubo, Araal, San Miguel, and Cubay. Army recovers remains of former rebel in Antique after tip from surrenderer. The troops of the Philippine Army 61st Infantry Hunter Battalion based in Miagao, Iloilo recovered the remains of a deceased member of the Communist New People's Army NPA in situ Mapa, Barangay Culyat, Valderrama, Antique, following a tip from a former rebel who recently surrendered on April 1, 2025. Lieutenant Colonel Joel Benedict G. Balgos Jr., commanding officer of the 61st Infantry Battalion, said the operation was made possible through the information given by the alias Boy or Negro. May this serve as a lesson to all remaining members of the communist terrorist group. Surrender now and return to the folds of law. Spare yourselves and your families from the suffering and loss that comes from the meaningless armed struggle, Balgos said. Balgos urged people to choose a peaceful and better life, urging them to spare themselves and their families from the suffering and loss of meaningless armed struggle. The deceased was identified as alias Guning, a former political guide of the Central Front Committee Region Panay and a resident of Barangay Bugsuan, Damarao, Capiz. International news. Trump's showdown with China deepens with huge stakes for the economy. President Donald Trump is heading into another volatile week of his trade wars, facing an urgent need to de-escalate the clash he ignited with China before it inflicts deep damage on the U.S. economy. Chinese President Xi Jinping is so far declining U.S. pressure to call his American counterpart to seek a deal after the United States imposed 145% tariffs on its superpower rival, setting off a long-feared direct confrontation. This leaves Trump repeatedly assuring Americans that his great relationship with the Chinese leader would head off a crisis, but unable to initiate talks in a standoff that risks tanking stock markets again and imposing real hardships on Americans. Despite the uncertainty, Trump is putting on a show of relishing multiple fights he set off, and he lapped up a standing ovation as he took a seat cage side at a UFC mixed martial arts event in Florida on Saturday night. The president, who styles himself as an ultimate political fighter, told reporters his reception was somewhat legendary and showed that we're doing a good job. If Meta loses in antitrust case, it could be forced to break itself up by selling Instagram and WhatsApp. The U.S. government is advancing a blockbuster antitrust case alleging that Mark Zuckerberg's company illegally built a social networking monopoly through years of anti-competitive conduct. If the judge sides with the government, Meta could be forced to break itself up by selling Instagram and WhatsApp, and other tech giants could be put on notice. But there is another if. Whether President Donald Trump will intervene in some fashion. The agency pursuing the case, the Federal Trade Commission, has historically operated with a remarkable amount of independence, meaning investigators have been insulated from political pressure. Trump has blown up those norms across the executive branch during his second term, however, leading to widespread concerns about favor trading and corruption. Entertainment news. Minecraft was a hit. Here are 7 other video game adaptations to get excited about. The blockbuster adaptation of 2011 video game Minecraft shattered box office expectation, grossing $162.75 million domestically and marking the biggest opening weekend of the year. Industry analysts initially projected Warner Brothers Pictures, a Minecraft movie, would gross $60 million before adjusting that estimate to about $100 million. Warner Brothers Discovery is the parent company of CNN. On Sunday, Comscore estimated the movie grossed about $157 million domestically. This is the first major overperformance. Paul Dergara Bedian, senior media analyst at Comscore, told CNN. A Minecraft movie soared past the opening weekend of Disney's Captain America: Brave New World, which had been the top opener of 2025 with an opening weekend of $88.5 million. Pre-sales and interest accelerated in a remarkable way during the run-up to opening night. Sean Robbins, director of the movie analytics at Fandango and father of box office theory, told CNN in an email. Robbins noted that many college students and teenagers were on spring break during the movie's opening, which also helped some markets. Lady Gaga's Gothic Garden Party. Lady Gaga headlined the festival on Friday night that a nearly 2-hour set full of both new songs and classic hits, plus several elaborate costume changes and larger-than-life sets that looked like a Gothic garden party. In one memorable exchange with a fan, Gaga walked off stage while singing "Vanish Into You," a track of her latest album, Mayhem, and was seen accepting a bouquet of black flower. Gaga held onto those flowers for the rest of the song, even taking them up on stage with her. That little monster, as Gaga's reporters are known as, later posted a video about it on TikTok, which caught the attention of the bad romance singer. "Now we are connected forever," Gaga wrote in the comments. She added that she said to her fiancé Michael Polanski, "Can you believe a fan handed me a bouquet of black flowers as if you knew the whole show before we even did it? It was perfect. I love you. Thank you for this beautiful gift." Sports news. NBA's playoff picture set after thrilling end to regular season. NBA's Western Conference playoff picture is officially set following an action-packed Sunday that saw all 30 teams take the court for the regular season finale, with 6 teams vying for post-season berths. James Harden scored 12 of these 39 points in overtime as the Los Angeles Clippers rescued the number 5 seed in the Western Conference following a thrilling victory over the Golden State Warriors in San Francisco on Sunday. The Clippers will play against number 4 seed Denver Nuggets team that fired their head coach Michael Maloney days before the end of the regular season. Denver closed out the season with a 3-1 record after replacing Maloney with interim coach David Adelman, son of the iconic NBA coach Rick Adelman. Meanwhile, the Warriors, who were competing the Minnesota Timberwolves for the final guaranteed spot to avoid the play-in cup, came up short. Despite Stephen Curry scoring 36 points, the Warriors blew a second-half lead to close out the season, dropping 2 of their last 3 games. Golden State will play against the number 8 seed Memphis Grizzlies on Tuesday in the play-in tournament. 2 fans die in Chile before a Copa Libertadores match between Colo-Colo and Fortaleza. 2 fans died on Thursday before the start of the Copa Libertadores match between the host Colo-Colo and Fortaleza of Brazil near Santiago's Estadio Monumental, a local prosecutor said. According to the authorities, a group of fans attempted to force their way into the stadium and tore down one of the venue's protective fences. The victims were reportedly trapped beneath them. The match was later suspended in the 70th minute due to unruly fans, although it was not immediately cleared if it was related to the earlier deaths. The Eastern Flagrancy prosecutor, Francisco Morales, said that a group of fans tried to access the Estadio Monumental through the Casa Alba, a building adjacent to the venue, and the police tried to prevent them from entering. A stampede ensued, resulting in the collapse of a fence, added Morales. We are currently investigating whether a police vehicle was involved in the death. Authorities said one of the persons died at the scene and the other at a nearby medical clinic. Trivia. Don't you know that the first ASEAN crowd beauty queen is in the Philippines? That's absolutely correct. The Philippines made history in 1969 when Gloria Diaz became the first ASEAN Association of Southeast Asian Nations country to win the Miss Universe crown. The pageant was held in Miami Beach, Florida, and Gloria stood out with her poise, intelligence, and charm, especially during the Q&A portion, where she famously gave a witty answer that captured the judges' hearts. Her win was a milestone moment not just for the Philippines but for the entire Southeast Asian region, paving the way for future beauty queens across Asian nations. This is the Pinoy Rab YouTube channel, connecting with Filipinos locally and abroad. Those are today's top news stories. Thank you for joining us. Once again, I'm Merasol Sibayan Cacho, wishing everyone a great day ahead. Stay informed and see you in our next update. Madayao, Davao.
If you find this segment informative, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to stay updated with our latest news, and share this broadcast to your friends and family. Your support helps us keep you informed. Help us get our first 10,000 subscribers. Your engagement matters. Liking, sharing, and subscribing to our content not only helps more people discover the important stories we bring you, but also supports our team's hard work. It boosts our visibility in the algorithm, making it easier for others to find ways to stay informed. Plus, it helps us generate more resources to continue delivering the news you rely on. Thank you for being part of our community.